Hey everyone, this is Self-Made Millennial. I'm Madeline Mann. Today I'm going to tell you 6 things that you can negotiate for when you're in that job offer phase with a company that are not salary. It's super natural to focus on a number that you really want, that you feel like you deserve as a salary, but sometimes we pass up other ways to get value from the company that ultimately, if they say no to the salary that you really want, you can actually get even more value oftentimes by going some different avenues. So I'm going to tell you the 6 things to negotiate for, as well as I'm going to give you a bonus tip. Now, this is something you can pull out of your back pocket when you don't get everything that you asked for in the negotiation. It's good. All right, so the first thing you can negotiate for is sponsoring your development. In your line of work, there's likely certifications or licensing that you can get that will bolster your resume and you as a professional. And those seminars and classes and all this stuff are not cheap. I'm talking thousands of dollars. So you can ask the company to sponsor you to do those things. This is really cool because it's a win-win. They're investing in you to become a better employee, and you are in return becoming a more marketable professional. So here's what you do. Before you get to the offer stage, make sure you've researched what certification you really want, or the conferences you're really eager to attend, or seminars, and get an idea of the cost of those. And then when you're negotiating, ask for that to either be sponsored by the company or have them provide a stipend, like an annual stipend, that you can use towards those learning opportunities. The second thing to negotiate for is your office or desk. I have a friend who's really excited to get his own big office, and what he quickly realized is that his big, beautiful office had no windows, and that really bummed him out. He literally got seasonal affect disorder, sad, from just never seeing the light of day. So think about what would be important to you. It could be being near a window, it could be certain ergonomics of your chair or whatever. Think about that and you can incorporate that into your negotiation. Third thing you can negotiate for is severance. Now, some of us might be walking into a little bit more of a risky situation with a company. They could have a reorg, they could lay people off, the company could be sold. We don't know, and so you can integrate severance as part of the offer letter, such as you could negotiate that should you get terminated for any reason besides cause, that you would get 3 months of severance pay. When I say besides cause means you did something where it's your fault, right? You underperformed or you weren't showing up to work properly, something where it's your fault, but sometimes it's not your fault. Sometimes they have to lay off people, they rearrange the org and you have to be, terminated, whatever that is. So if it's out of your control, then you would get this severance. This is so you have a little bit of a buffer amount of time, just 6 weeks or 3 months to look for another job should anything go belly up. The fourth thing you can negotiate for is a flexible schedule. We all have lives, we all have commitments. Maybe you have family commitments or you have a long commute, and so you want to switch things up. You might ask for, hey, could I have a day a week to work from home? Or can I have a flexible schedule where I come in at 8 a.m. and leave at 4 p.m.? Or maybe you like working later, and so you create a custom schedule for you being a night owl. Whatever it is, bring this up in the offer phase to test the waters to see how flexible they end up being, and it could be a great solution to bring balance to your life. The fifth thing you can negotiate for is transportation or relocation reimbursements. Maybe you're looking at this job and you're like, wow, this is going to be a harrowing journey to get every day to this location. It's going to cost me a lot of money on this train or in my car, and so you could ask for them to give you some sort of stipend or reimbursement for those travel costs. You could also ask for a budget for relocation if you have to move your life to another city. Make sure you come to the negotiation with that calculation done so that ask is based on real numbers. Wow, we are ready to number 6, and that is to ask for a shorter vesting period. Some companies will offer profit sharing and stock options, and while you can negotiate to get more of those, another way to approach it is to negotiate the vesting schedule. The most common vesting schedule I'm used to is a 1-year cliff with a 4-year vesting. So that means that you won't be able to touch any of these profits or any of these options until after 1 year. That's the cliff. And then you get more and more options of the total that they promised you up until 4 years. The reason they do this kind of drip, drip, drip way of giving you compensation is to encourage you to stay long term. So if you want to get all those options sooner, you could negotiate for the vesting period, such as instead of a 1-year cliff, it could be a 6 months cliff, Or instead of it vesting over 4 years to get all of it, you could have it vest over 2 or 3 years. I went super fast through that. For some of you, it might have went a bit over your head, which is so normal. If you want to learn more, I'll link an article in the description to help you learn a little bit more about this, as well as if you want me to do a video on stock options. Hey, leave a comment and I'll put that on the roadmap. And now you've made it to the bonus tip. Congrats. Let's do it. If you ask for something in the negotiation and they say, nope, sorry, we can't do that for you, something to follow up with that is to ask for a review period. For example, let's say you were asking for a certain title and they're not giving it to you. You could say, okay, how about we put in my offer letter that in 6 months, we will set aside time to review my title and see if it warrants a change. I like this review period because it takes the risk off of the company a bit, because they're taking risk by hiring you because they maybe have never worked with you before. And so you give this kind of trial time for them to get to know you and see your value, see your worth. And then that discussion about an elevated title or a bonus or a different salary becomes a lot easier, and it's right there in writing for you to address at a certain amount of time. So if something doesn't go your way in the negotiation, say, okay, can we revisit this in 3, 6, 9, 12 months, see if it makes sense then. So what do I have to do to get you all to hit a like on this video, as well as if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, because we have videos every week coming out fresh and hot. Thanks so much for watching. Wi-Fi high five.